Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to go through the Bombers versus Crows game, in which the Crows absolutely smashed the Bombers. I know for you guys this is a slightly late time and different setup. This is just trying to catch up on videos. I've had a pretty busy couple of days, so just trying to catch up the videos, and it should be a little bit easier next week once I get the weekend back. So anyway, let's just jump into this video here. So the Bombers here, let's make this bigger for you guys. On the Bombers side of things, Zachy Merritt, 138, 145. He was absolutely huge. 36 touches and 4 goals. Sorry, I think I said in the live stream last night that was about the 7th or so time that it's happened in a modern era 18-team comp game that a guy's had 35 and 4. If we go to Zachy Merritt here, you can see it doesn't show the quarter by quarter. Let's see if I can get the live scoring up here to get the quarter by quarter for you guys playing fantasy. But yeah, he was just absolutely on it throughout the whole game. It felt like 41, 29, 25, 43, huge front and back end of it. So yeah, he ended up putting up a monster game, and he did it with only 5 mark and tackles. So the non-disposal points in terms of the marks and tackles was actually really low for a 138, 145 split. Jai Caldwell, probably the pod of the year, I'd say, that's actually done really well. He ended up with a 97, 118. And that was just really good to see. He's done really well, 27-5-3 and a goal. So 97, 118, more of a SuperCoach pick, it feels like, than a fantasy pick, just due to what he's going to end up with contested possession-wise. I just wonder if he's going to be able to put up the fantasy numbers comparative, but we'll see about that. But obviously the early buy in round 4's probably meant him. Guys like him, McKenzie and Ward are guys that I probably stayed away from just because of that. Just because of the buy that they have and having to make more points or more cash gen, etc., than everyone else around them that doesn't. Nick Bryan, 72, 77, and this just is where it drops away. If we look at in terms of, I hate when I do this, in terms of DT, you can see it drops from 97 to 72s. And in terms of SuperCoach as well, yeah, Nick Martin at 91, so he's going to be a pick. I feel like in SuperCoach, maybe not fancy, but I feel like in SuperCoach he'll be able to get the sort of 90 plus average there, just because of his disposal efficiency. But he ended up with 25, 1 and a goal there on 80% efficiency, but the contested possession numbers just fell away, and the mass disposals that he has had in the past fell away. Sardis had 25 touches, 14 contested possessions, 11 clearances with a broken hand. So he's out for, I believe, 2 weeks now. I think we just got the injury updates in the last 4 or 5 hours now. And so he's confirmed out for 2 weeks. Should be pushing for gather round is my what I've sort of heard or made is my assumption on that. I think it's 2 weeks because they obviously have the bye. I wonder if it would be 2 weeks necessarily if they didn't have the bye. That would have been an interesting thing. So definitely, I think erring on the side of hold, just because I don't know about. Let's actually go to injury list and let's go to Parrish and just see, because Parrish we know is obviously going to come back for Anzac Day, because he always does that. But Parrish is a test this week, so I think you do get a look at Parrish this week and just see how he goes, because if he's not looking too good and too flash, then you can just keep Sardis for the whole time. But I would definitely be moving on Foz before Sardis, just because of the games like this. Sardis really, if he can get the midfield clock up into the sort of, I would say, low 70s, like we even saw with some guys, like I think Sheldrick even. Sheldrick is one that's probably followed a similar path, but I think even he got towards that 70% marker. But that'd be interesting, because I think Sardis is a guy that if he gets to an AFL club and does really well, he could be a 95-100 guy. He just needs to probably have a better coach there, to be honest. And then basically everyone else non-existent in terms of fantasy. SuperCoach wise, Pariah probably the only one left alongside Reed. Yeah, he just did his job. 57 for Pryor, and that's just cash generation waiting to happen if he gets a 60 next week. And then Zach Reed, he just stunk with ball use. 4 clangers as well doesn't help. He'll be better, I think. He just getting games under his belt. He'll be a long-term hold, I think, in the back line, to be honest with you, as most will be going after next week prior to Bice, and that'll be the midfield rookies basically, the midfield defender rookies basically sorted for the future, I guess, for the next 6-7 rounds. And then Adelaide, Jordan Dawson, 134, 124 splits, and yeah, you probably need to try and find a way to get him in the next couple of weeks. He's been outstanding. Probably got away from me in fantasy, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is there. 134, 124 split, 22 kicks, 11 handballs, 8 marks, 6 tackles. He just does a lot of non-disposal work. That's outstanding. 10 contest possessions, 5 clearances. Even got to the 124 with 4 clangers. He could easily probably have gotten, I think, to 140, 150 or so there. But I think the Crows absolutely smashing it didn't probably help him out, as Matt Crouch went at 90%, which is unusual, I'd say, for Crouchy. Keys absolutely dominated as well. 22 touches, 11 marks, 4 goals. He got 9 goals in his last 2 games against Essendon. Matty Crouch, 131 fantasy because he had 7 marks and 8 tackles. They just absolutely dominated the marks and tackles there. I think they also had something like 480 disposals or something dumb like that. It was an absolute romping. So they go 101, 108, 27 touches, 6 marks, 2 tackles there for him. So he did all right as well. I'm just worried about his I wouldn't say... I'm just worried, how does Adelaide front up when they play tougher teams? Because they've kind of played... St Kilda were horrific round 1 without Owens and half their forward line, basically. And in round 2, they played Essendon, who can't defend transition, which is almost Adelaide Crow's bread and butter. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Thilthorpe, Neil Bullen, Worrell, Laird was pretty bad, I would say. And then... no one else here really. Rankin 70, one of the lowest scores. When you're scoring a 70 and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th lowest score, that's kind of crazy. Who was there? And their sub as well, Sid Draper. So yeah, he was their 6th lowest score on a 70 in fantasy. And I'm pretty sure if you looked at the SuperCoach, you'd find a very, very similar spread there. If we look at the live scoring, you can see the SuperCoach 1901 to 1401. It's kind of crazy to see the differential there. Only the was it the Richmond game this weekend as well, which we'll get into that we got into a couple of days ago, where they had almost 2,000 points. I think they cracked 2,000. That was the only a little bit more of an outlier score. But yeah, Rankin, he's fine. He played 56% game time for a 70-97 split. You'd probably be annoyed if, for fantasy purposes, that the 70 there. I'm just happy that he didn't get away from us, that he's not been too damaging compared to Jason and Francis, but anyway, and 97 he's probably buy in the next couple of weeks in SuperCoach, but hopefully he doesn't get away from us for those non-owners. And then that's basically it. Sid Draper just needs to get on the field, to be honest with you. And then Isaac Cumming and James Peatling, the two sort of surprise players, just sort of there and thereabouts, providing, I guess, best... propping up their best, I would say their bottom 6 in terms of their best 22 at the moment, it seems like, but they'll be better in the coming games. But anyway, that is the video. They're probably shorter ones for these couple that I do tonight, just trying to get through them all for you guys. But if you did enjoy that video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. If you are listening on Spotify, give me a follow and a rating over there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.